This one is also on your assignment, and it looks pretty complicated. Yeah? Yes. So I'm going to change out my marker for a pencil for sure on this one because we will be changing coefficients for sure. I didn't leave very much room over here, but you need to make sure you leave room in front of all of your formulas for the ability to change your coefficients. So I have my chart, reactant side, product side. Let's put in our different atoms. So H3, so we have H, I'm gonna have to look at the actual paper. Okay, we have hydrogen, we have PO4. So this is a polyatomic ion, remember? Do you find it? Okay, so remember I said keep your polyatomic ions together. Okay, remember it says when you can. This is a perfect example of when you cannot. But PO4, so if you have a polyatomic ion, it has to appear as the polyatomic ion on both sides of the arrow. So does PO4, 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 yeah. So we can keep this polyatomic ion together. We also have magnesium. And we have hydroxide over here. But wait, is hydroxide in the form of a polyatomic over here? No. So we cannot keep hydroxide together. It has to be split up. So we need to have oxygen and hydrogen. We already have hydrogen up here. Okay? Does that make sense? So, hydrogen is represented. We have hydrogen over here, and we have hydrogen over here. And more hydrogen here. We have our polyatomic ion, phosphate, and we have our magnesium, and we have our oxygen. Oxygen here. We can't count this oxygen because it's a part of this polyatomic ion. So that oxygen is not counted when we count this oxygen here. We have oxygen here. Okay, so let's count how many we have of hydrogen on the reactant side. So we have 3 here, and we have 2 here. So 3 plus 2 is 5, right? And let's count it over here. 2. Definitely not balanced there. Okay. Phosphate, how many do we have over here? Remember, imagine parentheses around it, protect it. There's only 1. How much phosphate's over here? 2. Okay, now let's look at magnesium. How many magnesium over here? 1. How many magnesium over here? 3. And oxygen. How many oxygen do we have over here? 2. And how many oxygen over here? 1. Okay, so switching to a pencil because we're now going to start manipulating our coefficients in front of each of the formulas. So, okay. So I have, my Chromebook keeps getting in the way over here. So I have 5 hydrogen. Let's start with hydrogen. I have 5 over here. So I need to like start balancing out where I have the same number. 5 is going to be a hard one to meet, right? Because I have 2 over here. I'm not going to be able to put a number over here and it equal 5. So I know I'm going to have to be fixing something over here as well. So let's do this one. So hydrogen, let's go ahead and put a 3 here. Okay? So that makes 6 hydrogen, right? 3 times 2. So we cross this out. I'll do this with a marker so you can see it. Cross that out, and we have 6. Is it balanced? No. So let's do this. we have, oh, wrong one. We have 2 here, right? And 3 here, so that's 5. What if I added something here? So let's add a 3 here, okay? Do you see that? Oh, you know what I need to do? I'm sorry, I'm gonna back up a little bit. I changed this. Do you see that? I added a 3. So that means I need to change my oxygen too. Change everything it affects, the time that it affects it. Okay, see that? There's 3 oxygen. I just forgot to change the oxygen. Be sure you do that at the same time. Anytime you add a coefficient, change everything it affects. Okay, now I added a 3 over here. So I have 6 hydrogen. I have how many oxygen? It's 2 and 3. So I have 6 oxygen. And now I have 3 magnesium. Oh, look, that helped my magnesium. I balanced my magnesium just in changing that. Okay, so am I balanced with my hydrogen? Yeah. Am I balanced with my magnesium? Oh, I'm not balanced here or here. So we still have more work to do. Okay, so let me pull this out a little bit. Okay, so I have 2, let me pull this out a little bit. I have 2 phosphates over here, but only 1 over here. So what do I need to do over here? Let's add a 2. Ooh. Can't really see because I didn't leave me too much room. Do you see why it's important to leave you room? Okay, so I put a 2 there. So that leaves me with 2 phosphates. So let's go ahead and fix that. But now I changed my hydrogen again. Do you see that? Okay, so I have 6 hydrogen here, and I have 6 hydrogen here. What is that going to do to my hydrogen? It's changing it to 12. Yikes, I just changed my hydrogen again. Okay, that's okay though. That's part of it. So now let's look at fixing our hydrogen again. Okay, so, and our oxygen. Our oxygen, there's 6 over here and there's 3 over here. So let's go back over here because these are, let's get these all matching this side. So here's my 3 hydrogen. How can I make this turn into a 12? Change that 3. So here's why you want to use a pencil. Do not use, sorry, I'm gonna have to use this. Do not use a pen to work on balancing equations. It will drive you crazy. So we're gonna change this to a 6. Okay, now I have 6 times 2. I have 12 hydrogen. But it also changes my oxygen. Do you see that? Now I have 6 oxygen. Am I balanced? 12 and 12, yes. 2 and 2, yes. 3 and 3, yes. 6 and 6, balanced. This is a balanced equation now. So you're new, you would go in to your slide and put in a 2 before H3PO4, a 3 before MgOH2. This one is left blank because it's still just one molecule of that, and then a 6H2O. And that is how you balance an equation.